Hi, I'm Michael Salmons of University of Missouri Extension. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the iPad and wireless microphone setup that the regional offices are receiving right now. So let's get started. Your set should include an iPad Air with 120 gigabytes of storage with sync cable and AC adapter, a wireless receiver with 2 antennas, and a transmitter with 1 antenna, 2 cables that plug together. There's a small 3-prong plug on one end and the kind of jack you plug into a phone or a music player on the other end. A lavalier microphone with a 4-hole plug. The plug attaches to the wireless transmitter. A camera tripod. A special bracket for holding the iPad on the tripod. There's also a small container of windscreens for the lavalier microphone and a box containing the wired microphone. To assemble the gear, first set up the tripod. Here's a tip. With the legs close together, release the top leg locks and pull the tripod up. At the desired height, relock them. Then deploy the tripod by extending the legs fully. The tripod will be reasonably level. Let's look at the iPad bracket for a moment. The front of the bracket, the side which will face you on the tripod, has rubber pads for holding the iPad safely. At the top is a screw adjustment to hold the iPad firmly in the bracket. On the reverse, you can see the 4 adjustment screws which hold the pieces of the bracket together. You should never have to adjust them, but just in case, a wrench is included in your set. You will also find the mount, which holds the wireless microphone receiver on this side. Before mounting the iPad bracket on the tripod, check to make sure the tripod adapter is oriented correctly. On the bottom of the adapter are 2 arrows indicating where the lens on your video device should be. And since the main lens of the iPad is on the back, the direction of the lens will be toward the rear of the bracket. The quick release handle on the head of the tripod should be in the neutral position before mounting the iPad. There is a small brass cylinder protruding from the base, and in neutral position the straight angled base of the handle is parallel with the square opening on the base. To mount the bracket, make sure the side with the rubber pads is facing you, then tip it in far side first. As you lower the closer side, the handle will lock on the base. To further secure the bracket, turn the small brass safety handle toward you until it drops and locks into place. To mount the iPad, make sure there is ample room by unscrewing the screw adjustment at the top. Orient the iPad with the longer sides on the top and bottom. Ensure that the home button is on the right. That means the lens will be on your left, facing the other direction. Tip the bottom of the iPad into the bottom pad, then tip the top edge in. Hold the iPad in place, then screw down the adjusting screw until it is tight. You're now ready to set up the wireless transmitter and receiver. Both units must have their volume output set to about 75% of total. Look on the sides of the units for a small indented circle with a plus or minus sign adjacent to it. You can use your fingernail or a small screwdriver to make the adjustment. Turn the units on by pressing and holding the buttons on the top until a green light comes on. If a light turns blue on the receiver, the 2 units are already synced. If there is no blue light, open the doors in the bottom half of the units. Press the scan button on the receiver to find a clear channel. Then, face the units toward each other and press and hold the sync button. The transmitter will blink red, then turn steady green. A light will turn blue on the receiver. Then you know you are in sync. To connect the wireless receiver to the bracket, hold the tripod firmly, then guide the clip onto the plastic mount located on the back of the bracket. Be careful to ease the clip over the first bump on the mount. Your next task is to route the audio from the microphone to the audio input of the iPad. Connect the 2 audio cables using the large 3-prong plugs. Connect the smaller matching plug to the input jack at the top of the wireless receiver. Then connect the audio jack to the headphone input of the iPad. Now connect the microphone to the wireless transmitter. Plug the microphone into the jack of the unit.
Use the clip on the back of the transmitter to attach the unit to your pocket or waistband, then clip the microphone to your shirt. Time to start recording. Start the camera app. Make sure you are in video mode. Check the lower right-hand side of the screen. Press on the screen in the area where you want the lens to focus. Press, hold, and drag the sun icon to the top of the view to make the screen brighter, or drag it to the bottom to make it darker. Before recording your event, make a brief test recording to make sure the light levels are good and the audio is clear. Press the red circle to begin recording, and press the circle again to stop recording. When you are done, you can find your clip in the Photos app. Just scroll until you find the most recent date. After making a test recording, you should watch it, but also listen to it closely. The audio connection cable has a jack for plugging in headphones. Listening to the recording with headphones makes it easier to tell if the audio is of acceptable quality. If it is, and the test recording looks good too, you are ready to record your video.
So that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. My contact information is in this video, or anybody here at MU Extension Communications and Marketing. We'd be glad to help you make your own video content. So have fun.